What's up everybody, today we're checking out Vivarium. Releasing on the App Store earlier this month, this adorable terrarium building sandbox experience is surprisingly captivating. When I was first approached to make a review for Vivarium, I was confused what I could possibly talk about for a full-length video. But then 2 hours and 3 Vivariums later, I had my answer. So let's just get started with a summary of the Vivarium experience. For starters, don't expect a game. Vivarium is more a hybrid of a simulator and art experience. The core game loop contains 3 core parts. You start in the building room, where you purchase the needed items to assemble and care for your Vivariums. These items are separated into 7 categories: tanks, soils and sands, animals, plants, terrain, decorations and lighting, then lastly, upkeep. All Vivariums need a combination of these categories to be considered complete. Once you're done purchasing the items you'd like to use, you assemble your Vivarium by hand. You get to place your soils and level them, shaping the base for your habitat. After that, you get full creative freedom on how you decorate your Vivarium and bring it to life. Anything you can buy, you can place. Once your Vivarium is assembled and you've met the minimum requirements, that being soil, an animal, 2 plants, 2 mosses, and some terrain, you can progress to the growth stage. In this stage, you take any of your created Vivariums and foster the plants and animals living inside, using the upkeep items from the shop to water, trim, and monitor your plant's pH. And as for your animals, your goal is to build a bond with them, feeding them by hand and giving them attention via pets. Eventually, over time, your Vivarium will grow and evolve underneath your care. Once your Vivarium is fully grown, you can go back to the main room and put any 2 of your Vivariums on display for the world. Or you can go ahead and auction them off to earn some extra cash. And that pretty much sums up the core loop of Vivarium. It's simple but also meditative at the same time. Apart from the core loop, you also can visit other people's Vivariums and see what they've created, adding a gallery viewing experience to the app. You can support other players by leaving behind likes on Vivariums that you find impressive. There's even a leaderboard where you can compete against the other players. If you're bored and looking to make some extra cash, there's a minigame section where you can speed build Vivariums according to a certain preset layout. In theory, it's a really nice addition to the core loop, meant to teach you some unique design styles as well as spark some inspiration. But I found that the bounce for placement were way too exact at times, leading to a frustrating experience even when trying just to complete simple setups. All in all, there's not too much to the experience. The focus is on building up your Vivariums, making them as beautiful as possible, and learning about the animals along the way. After playing for a few hours and fully completing 2 Vivariums, I found myself wanting more, both in the sense of wanting to head back and trying to build something better, as well as wanting to do more with what I already had. After 3 or so cycles of the growing process, trimming, spraying, petting, I felt the process got incredibly repetitive and tedious, especially with how fidgety the movement and general mechanics felt at times. The only thing keeping me going for large stretches was the banging soundtrack, which for me was one of the highlights. I had full control over which songs from the soundtrack played, and basically all of them matched the vibe perfectly. What didn't fit the chill vibe perfectly was the constant readjusting I needed to do when moving around. The teleporting felt fidgety, constantly recentering my view and locking me into distances too far from the thing I was trying to interact with. In general, there was a lack of polish that kind of plagued the game for me. The attention to detail in designing all the plants and animals as well as the info is spectacular, but the constant berating of weird quirky mechanics completely pulled me out of the peaceful vibe. This is a game begging to be played sitting down, and yet I found myself needing to lean and stand up constantly just to reach the back of my tank. All in all, Vivarium is a title that has its place on the quest, but I think it needs a little bit more time in the oven to get there. I love terrarium content. I've been subscribed to Ants Canada for well over 5 years, so the concept for a realistic virtual habitat builder allowing me to create terrariums that I would never be able to create in real life more than piques my interest. So I'm excited to see where Vivarium goes with continued support and updates, and additions fleshing out the app further and improving the experience. If you also want to see where this app goes and want to help support, check out Vivarium via the link in the description and bring your terrarium dreams to life. While you're down there, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Bye.